The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians. so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Run there, Boo! You don't even know where we are!
You're Erusian! Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think we were part of the fight. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happens here. We really don't want to think about it.
Hold up.
Damn, those Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Hold up.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. Give us another 30 minutes for target. The men say they want to at least get the children in the proper area.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
Strider 1, Fox 3.
Give me enemy position! God, the artillery fire sent a number on my hearing.
Not bad at all, Trigger. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Try to save your ammo. Lure them in and then fire at once.
ID complete.
We're down to less than half our vehicle. This isn't looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured. You're with us. See the enemy APCs from there? Calling friendly bird. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help or we're still up and running. I count 12 dead bodies. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Velka. They did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. We don't need to defeat them, just delay their advance. Do you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Fox 2.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together. You see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
The last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find them, the more people we can save.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Allied retreat looks good. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired?
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
There's no way there are! Almost there! Commence operation, no return! These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
Grab 2, detected enemy missile. It went into the clouds. Lost him. Ready, locked on. Grab 8, behind my target.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Fox 3,
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. Go for launch.
This is launch control. Enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that. Target acquired.
Missile.
Ram 8, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 3 launching missile. Target locked. More bombers approaching. Intercept them now. Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down.
Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile.
Ram 2, attack field. Fox 3. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Intercept those bombers.
Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed. We did it. Continue with your mission.
Our only allies, the Russian government forces. Don't mistake them for rebels. Straight crap. High shit.
Target is down.
Great. But will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. We leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell.
Missile.
Pretty sure we're there already.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
That goes for a beat. Two tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1,
Missile.
Fox 2.
Where's our damn air support?
Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
An explosion inside!
Missile.
Continue the countdown.
Missile.
Stupid. We're after the
Missile.
supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left.
Missile.
If we can steal it from above,
Missile.
then Arusio will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships.
Missile.
Don't fight with your back to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Target was not struck.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
We can just defend the best flavor today. All right, we can turn this thing around.
Locked on.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Push him back.
Missile.
Fire! Fire at will!
Missile.
We need more ammo!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Cyclones 2, Fox 2.
Here's the landing craft!
Pull up.
Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile.
Hey you,
Missile.
dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster. She's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. Share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right. Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator? Why would she...
No canister. I'm gonna take him to the enemy's doorstep. Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass?
It's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Good job! The enemy tank moved to them. I don't think I could even do anything to that crap.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Missile.
Why do you think that's so long?
Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
In gun range. Tank is destroyed.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Hurry! Get moving!
Locked on.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
Follow
Can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
They're faster than I expected.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
Which one first?
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to trigger. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away.
We've recalculated the remaining time. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
Caution.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Farbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat! We don't have enough AA weapons.
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
But what are they talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused. I know.
Missile.
Strider 1, target eliminated. Locked on bandit.
Missile.
In gun range.
Fire the salmon once! We're all out of ammo! Don't give up! We're not going to lose our country again! Our anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%! Why are they attacking this base?
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalashi used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalashi.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Fight! Breaking away! Help is here! Look out! For the Osean Army! Enemy sighted!
Strider 1, Fox 2.
They got me!
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Don't stop the car! It'll make us an easier target!
Strider 1, target acquired. Target hit.
They have more aircraft! More planes incoming! Fire more missiles! Does Soul Squad know?
Trigger is destroyed.
They're bombing us! We're unable to use the SAMs! Help me! Protect the base!
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
That's Shalaji Castle.
They're here already. They can pay for what they do to our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone building and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. That squad with 4 fighters. Are you sure? Those guys need some reinforcements. Target struck. He's still alive, though.
Gun range. Strider 1, target destroyed. Missile away.
Why aren't Quinn and the others airborne?
I've been spiked.
Missile fired. Evading. The fire set off a chain reaction. At least stop it from spreading.
Strider 1, target eliminated. Trigger has destroyed the target. Enemy on your back.
We've lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on. What's the matter? Aim and fire!
I've been spiked.
Fox 2. New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town is of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we get involved in like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about. Locked on, bandit.
AA destroyed! We're sitting ducks! Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily. Target destroyed.
Stand it down! We're running out of ways to strike back!
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around and we'll be forced to shoot you down. This is the Ocean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us. You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Fort Monty. You bastard. You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit. Strider 1, missile launched.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Don't underestimate them just because Mr. X isn't here. Locked on, bandit.
Stall warning.
Don't let him get under your skin. Hostile behind me. Locked on, bandit.
Stall warning.
Strider 1, target acquired. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
How long has this been?
Missile. 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 Missile.
Missile away.
Enemy on your back. Target locked.
Soul Squadron, move Snowboard's leader to King.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Target acquired.
These guys are just as responsible for Wiseman.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1 is hit.
Locked on.
We just need to buy ourselves some time. We get the leader. We can take them without King.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Osmogean pilots are known for their skill. Leave this fight to them.
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
What the hell do you know about Wiseman? Strider 2, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Bring it on. I'm more than a match for you. Locked on.
Behind the enemy.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Hostile has a lock.
Missile. 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 Missile.
They think they're out of man at nights. I hate them even more. They think they're actual nobility. Alright, I'm a wild gunman then. Time to shut your mouth.
Missile. Missile.
I'm out! Ejecting!
Missile.
I hope he's okay. Mainly under those conditions. I can see his parachute. It's breaking the exit to safety. 3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger. Wilco.
Righto.
Let's do this.
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Vito and I will take care of them. Understood. They should have left just like we told them to.
Missile. Missile.
Roseman hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time.
at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicate it to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person. Yummy. Lost Legion squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey,
look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through.
Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Not bad.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Watch your opponent carefully. Somebody guide us. I can't leave anyone other than you. Band together with me, I taught me something. True fighters don't belong. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. And they're what the First Legion Air Force should be fighting against. Like the skies have been sliced wide open.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
System power at 60%. 100%.
You're still not fast enough.
Railgun is firing again. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take him down as quickly as possible. Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of your pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces. In gun range.
100%. Targeting selection 0.02 degrees. Targeting selection.
Railgun has been fired.
Beyond the limits of machine assistance, I see. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've failed every last one of them.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger. His movements. I knew it. Mr. X moves like the drone I saw in Bulgurarest. Maybe you've got it backwards. Maybe the drone is the one that moves like Mr. X.
There's gonna be copies of him flying around?
We'd be lucky if they're only in the dozens.
I have a lock.
Missile evaded. No special weaponry remaining. It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down. He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what. No Osean forces are in the region ahead.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO-2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now,
Just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?